this is a second attempt at this passage. It feels better already. We've got a little bit of wind behind us, or at least from the west, and there's no rain, so you can at least see what you're doing. Woody's managed to tighten up the belt on the engine because it was making a lot of squeaky sound. It's the belt that charges the engine battery, so it's the alternator belt to be precise. And he's tightened up and it isn't squeaking yet, so that's good. And I don't know, I know it's going to rain, I know it's going to be a horrible passage, but it just feels better slightly already. So here we go. Attempt 2. Things may come to be. Really, really strange, but this morning we found 6 dead birds on the boat, and we've got no idea why or how they got here. We don't know whether it's the winds that wiped them out, or maybe they had a nest somewhere on the boat and it kind of, maybe the nest fell down or something. It makes me think like bad omen. I know you shouldn't think that sort of thing, but we saw some lovely dolphins as we left, but then when you see dead birds you sort of wonder.
We left this Zapatia this morning. That was second attempt to get to Shelter Bay, and even though it's slightly better, we still got very rolly, choppy, confused seas. I think it's because there's a bit of current against the prevailing waves, and we're kind of squeezing between 2 headlands really. But still, it didn't explain how confused these seas are. I suppose they roll in all the way from the Caribbean and they kind of squeeze in between these islands. And there's a couple of squalls around, and so the crew aren't feeling particularly on top form this morning, because it is very sickness inducing, this sort of sea.
Are you in or are you not? I won't block the door, but tick-tock, if you are gonna take a shot, then come at me with all you got around. Just let me go. Just let me go. Through all the years we came so near, but something was always in the way. But now we're clear. It's only you and me here. The stars align so totally they shine.
Okay, so we've picked up some speed now. We're going more like kind of 6 knots. So it looks like we might make it in the morning, unless the wind changes direction again and speed, which is possible. Yeah, the first part was pretty difficult. We weren't going very fast, and we're motoring, which we're going to have to do most of the way. But yeah, we're hoping we get in there for tomorrow morning. We haven't sailed for 4 months, so everyone's feeling a little bit ropey, really, and it takes a while to get used to it. So no one's really wanted to do very much. Yeah, also the sea state has calmed down a bit, which is helping us with our speed. Yeah, the other thing that happens on this sail as well is when we were trying to sail and the wind wasn't in the right direction, the sail was kind of flogging. It got caught on the whisper pole and it's put another rip in it, so that's going to need repairing when we get to Shelter Bay. I don't know if you can see it from here. Our fault for leaving it out, really. I put it away now because, you know, it just gets caught on the end.
So it's been a rough day, but we're into the night watch now, on our way down to Shelter Bay before we go through the canal, hopefully next week. So this will be actually the last night watch we'll do on this side of America. So the next night watches we're doing will be in the Pacific Ocean rather than the Caribbean Sea. Just past the halfway point now, and we've hit some steady winds, doing about 6 knots, and flying along quite nicely. Everybody else is in bed. It's getting on for midnight, and obviously we haven't got the AIS at the moment because it's faulty. But it's been quiet. We haven't seen any other vessels. But very soon we'll be hitting the high traffic zone just outside the waiting area for the Panama Canal. I'm off watching 20 minutes. Arenka is back on watch, and then Rowan's going to come and do the dog watch between 2 and 4, and then I'm back on at 4. So it's going to be a very tiresome night. But we'll get into Shelter Bay tomorrow and hopefully have our customary English breakfast of eggs, bacon, beans, toast, and the rest of it.
Okay, so it's my watch. I'm 12 till 2. We are over halfway now, which is good. And yeah, it's quite tiring because we're beating into winds, but the waves don't seem so bad. Maybe it's just I can't see it. And we're going good speed really. So the main thing is that we're going to be there early hours in the morning. And we're sailing and not motoring, because motoring is really horrible. It just sounds horrible keeping the engine on for so long, especially when you're beating into wind and making very little progress really. But under sail we're so much faster, and so we've actually got full sails up, even though it's sort of ranging from 15 gusting up to sort of 17, 18 sometimes. But yeah, it's driving us through the waves, so it's good. Waves. Well, the moon's out actually. So it's nice having the moon out. It makes it really nice and clear, and you know, visibility is quite good.
Just let me go. Oh.
Morning. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're just coming up at the entrance of the Panama Canal, well, just on the outer wall anyway. It's gusting sort of 23, 24 knots, and we've got 2 reefs in both sails. And we're just coming into the anchorage area. Well, it's a traffic separation zone, but it's the section for the inshore traffic, but there's lots of tankers anchored here, and we've timed it just right because the sun's coming up, and so I can see that we're surrounded by lots of tankers waiting to go through. The Arenka's due on watch in about 25 minutes, I think, and which means that I'm not going to get off watch now. I'm going to be seeing it all the way in. So I had a terrible night's sleep. I was banging away at the front there. I was jumping out of the bunk every time we hit a wave, and there was just so much noise. And then Arenka was playing about the sails of the deck light kept going on and off, so I've had about 1 hour's sleep all night. But we made it finally. The first half of the journey was terrible. The second half has been like a highway. We've just been zoomed along at about 7 or 8 knots, and actually made it early for a change. So the kids are going to be delighted because we said we weren't even sure we were going to make it today. Got ready for my bed now. But anyway, got to manoeuvre our way into the entrance. For what?
Tankers. I feel sick.
After this tanker I'll turn into wind, shall I?
Okay.
Last night there was these big waves. When the boat went up them, they slammed down. They kept on waking up, and I thought the boat snapped. There's this one big one hit me. And I was like, okay, the boat snapped. So I went up and I was like, oh. Our boat's did broke.
Christabel Signal Station, Christabel Signal Station. This is sailing vessel Mothership. Over. So we're trying to raise the signal station to get permission to go through, but they don't seem to be responding, so we're just going to go through. But there is a cruise ship also going through at the same time, so we're not quite sure what our provisions are.
Okay, so we're just legging it through the entrance of the Panama Canal bit, but there's like a little kind of powerboat out there with their nets out, fishing. It must be a good place to catch fish, and so we're trying to kind of get through without catching their nets and without getting in the way of that cruise ship.
How did they not capsize?
Inside every eye, if you look,
I can see
you
like
will find there's a child who never grew old, who sings to the trees like nobody can see, with the fire that never went cold. He looks up to the stars and the moon and at Mars and the endless expanse of the sky, devoid of all doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing, a drip then a flood. He's adrift while you're stuck on the shore, and he sails away to the depths of our brains, and we can't seem to dream anymore. With the passing of days, we get lost in the maze that we built out of habit and fear. The longer we run, the more lost we become as the days disappear into years. When we're sleeping in bed, the child in our head is reminding us how to break out. But the moment we wake, he just up and escapes, and we're back to the fear and the doubt. But the answer's inside us, it never did leave. We just never believed it before. Well, I'm done with the maze for the rest of my days. I'm not wasting my dreams anymore. No, I'm not wasting my dreams anymore. But the moment we wake, he just up and escapes, and we're back to the fear and the doubt. But the answer's inside us, it never did leave. We just never believed.
So we were here 4 months ago. Seems like it was only yesterday, and 4 months has passed.
The rest of my days, I'm not wasting my dreams anymore.
Thanks for watching, and a massive thank you to our patrons for keeping this journey going. If you want to give something back and want to be a part of our patron family, then follow the description in the link below, or put Mothership Adrift Patreon, and that should send you to the right link. You can become a patron from as little as $3, and you can be in contact with us directly. Thank you.
You and me, we're family.
And finally, don't forget to subscribe and also check out our other channel, which is dedicated to fixing your boat, called Mothership Maintenance.
Hey, you'll always be